is finally here. The weight of this thing is 36 pounds. I'm not sure exactly in which direction I'll be setting it in here. Since it's, it all depends on the water lines. Good thing it fits. Oh, hopefully I brought everything I need to assemble this. Here's our bulkhead that's going to split our water in 5 different directions. And we'll try to install that there right now and get ready to run it. It says here you can apply it 20 to 110 degrees. We're safe today. We're at about 40 degrees. These clamps are not the best choice when you're in a tight spot. You've got to open them way up in order to be able to get them around to crimp the 3/4 inch. Now, the water line is filling up, and it usually takes about an hour, and I think it's been about half hour since I opened the water back up. Rotate it. The best way to rip this thing. Let's see how that works. That puts it over here. And yeah, it gives me a better angle for that. Okay. Alright, that's that part. That takes care of this one. We turn that off. That's off. This one's off. Okay, now last time we had about 72 psi, so we'll see what we got now. Now everything's off. It's going to be our first time putting pressure on the system. Let's see how many leaks we got. Okay, I see leaks. I see water coming from, oh, look at all the water coming out of that. But that's not going to stop us. It makes no difference. Leaks or no leaks, we're trying this puppy out. Alright, 3/4 inch line wide open. Drops down to 20 pounds. That's 3/4 inch line wide open. Alright, now we have no power hooked up to that, but we'll see if at least it'll spin. Got a big leak here. Oh yeah. Hose clamp. And up a little more. Our pressure 62. Now the gauge could be off, could be a bad gauge, but we'll compare that later. Or we still have air on the line. So let's try it again. All right, it's not getting going. Alright, so something got hung up. I'm not sure what got hung up right there, but it got hung up on something. Try it again. Yeah, I think think we might be hitting one of the jets. Okay, we were expecting problems. That was not an issue. The good part about this is that we can lift it up and inspect it manually. Oh, it seems pretty clear there. I don't see anything hitting. The bearings are binding up on this thing, so, and you see how rough it sounds. All right, let's try it again. Oh yeah, that's solid there. That's solid. Yeah, it's binding up solid. Oh, there's no way. That really stinks. I wasn't counting with that. The other thing would be to put another, more power to it, so I'm going to run another one. Okay. Well, we'll see what 2 jets in against this damaged generator does. All right. Everything crimped down. Let's try the 23,000, see if that one will get it going. Another one. At least that gets it going. 23,000, and this is the 18,000. This right here are the 2 wires coming from the batteries upstairs through a breaker. This wire is 8 gauge and these connectors are 410, so it's going to be a little on the tight side. I don't know, maybe we'll get them in there. Might have to modify them. Yeah, that's good enough. And this is all temporary, because obviously we need a charge controller for this, which I don't have. Well, I have the solar one, but I don't want to use that. I just want to test it here. So our positive is at the bottom, negative is on the top. Battery negative, which is going to be through this shunt here, which measures the power. I'm going to try one a little bit smaller, maybe. To our shunt. Put it on top of a brick here. Alright, so that part is done. All I gotta do now is go upstairs and finish this connection. The wires are hooked up to the battery through this breaker I installed here. So it comes and it ties into this main red line, which is positive to the battery bank I have here. Actually, I have 3 batteries here. There's 2 on top and 1 underneath. So it ties into here. Now this is, and this goes to the charge controller from the solar. Solar is off right now. I'm keeping it off for now. Is showing 12.9 here. And I'm getting ready to turn this one on. Hopefully, now that will go up in smoke. Then our negative line is this one here, which is right in the negative side, and it just loops around here and it goes down to the hydro pit. I know it's direct, there's no regulation, it's just going to be charging. I just want to measure the output of that. All right, let's give it a shot. Watts, 35 watts. All right. Now we're trying to shoot for 400 watts, and we'll start to shoot that. All right, so 30 watts. A little baby solar panel we got going right now. about 2.6 amps. Yeah, the 18,000 just not enough. This thing, well, it's feeling better now. So I'm gonna wire up the third jet and see how much power we get. Now we got to also play with the angle of this because I'm not sure exactly where they should be. I got to be real careful because you can hit the Pelton once you loosen this up. So from going from a 1/2 inch line to this 2-inch straight line, we gained 4 watts. Either way, we still don't have this little narrow area here, which I will expand on. Yeah, I mean, for 4 watts, I wouldn't go through the trouble going through all this expense, unless there's another issue here. Once we open this up here, at least bring it to 1 inch or maybe more, 1.5 inches, going straight into the jet. 18,000s jet. Here's 23,000s jet. $25,000 jet. Wide open, 1/2 inch. All right, so these are our results here. Here's a summary of all the tests that I did, and I broke it down into 3 parts. Here are the results when I ran the line straight to the nozzles. This is the nozzle size in inches. Here are the different feed sizes. This is our power output in watts, watts gained or lost, and percentage gained or lost. On the 18,000 jet, we actually showed a loss when we went from 1/2 inch to the 2-inch. All others show a gain. This 50,000 is not a nozzle. This is actually no nozzle, and it is the opening of the feed. So our real gain here is when we go above 18,000s. Otherwise, for whatever strange reason, which we'll get to the bottom of, we actually showed a loss. Now here's a summary of all the results. These are the jet size in inches, line feed size in inches, power output in watts, watts gained or lost, and percentages gained or lost. These results here were using the bulkhead, and down here are directly ran to the valve. We see that the 18,000 jet also had a loss when we went to the 2-inch line, but we did gain going from 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. On the 23,000, we did have a gain going to 3/4 and showed a loss going to the 2 inch. On the 25,000, we did notice a gain across all increases. On this page here, I calculated the area of my nozzles to figure out what my flow rate would be. And with that flow rate of 24.27 gallons per minute, putting out 51.7 watts, it gives me an efficiency of only 12%, and we should be around 80%. All right, turns out it's not the bearings, which is a good thing. It's the clearance between the hole for the generator and the shaft that rotates right here. So I just gotta clean it up a little bit. Make this a little smoother. Give it a little more tolerance so it doesn't rub against that. Now this is close tolerance to try to keep as much water as possible away from the bearings. We can also see the retainer spring right here. And it is sad that it is outside the unit and not protected in the inside. I do have to say that the results were a bit disappointing. I was at least expecting half, let's say at least 200 watts of the calculated 400 watts that we were supposed to get. But I am testing the limits of water size, and I really underestimated the friction loss through those nozzles, which is most likely where my problem is. Now I do have new nozzles and a new case to try out, and we'll definitely be getting to the bottom of this, and we will get 350 at least, which is what most calculations are pointing out to. Santa just dropped this off for me. Let's see what he sent me. I'd like to note that I'm running a fixed load on the generator, and that's not optimal. I'm not sure if I would have been able to get any more than what we did, but it's something that we definitely intend to find out. Our greatest power loss might have been with the jets. This type of jet or nozzle takes full advantage of water flow, allowing water to freely flow around the nozzle itself. The wall here, just at the end, is very thin, which definitely makes it more efficient. And we tend to find out how much efficient one of these is versus the tiny 1/2 inch nozzles that I was using. One more thing is that if you're going to be running any type of hydro, at least go with a 3-inch water line. Do not use a 2-inch water line like I did here. Why did I run a 2-inch water line, you ask? Well, there's several reasons. One of them, I wasn't able to get the 3-inch line at the time of the project. There was about a 1-year delay before I could get it, and I just wanted to get the project rolling. Another reason is some YouTube videos that I saw of other people using 2-inch water line, which was a big mistake. I have to say that everything turned out pretty good, except for the lack of power for sure. So we'll figure out, see what's the peak power we can get out of this 2-inch water line running about a 1/2 mile. So until next time.